Hey guys, it's me. It's Quito Said Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Alright guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to someone else who may be wondering about this information as well. The other day, a woman said to me that she knows this Aquarius. They work together. And she said that she gets the impression that he likes her because he always comes around, he talks to her, he's friendly with her more so than the other women or the other people, even in their department. So she said she thinks he's testing her. She thinks he's studying her, testing her. That's the impression that she gets because he asks her certain questions about women. Oh, do you think this would be good? Do you think this kind of couple could work? He's asking her relationship typey questions, and he seems to be just kind of gauging her responses. And she said, is this something that Aquarius do? Do Aquarius study or test the person that they're interested in? And it really does, again, depend on the Aquarius. But many of us do. I know I do. I like a woman right now, and I've liked her for like a year. It's been a long time. I can't think of how long it's been, but it's been a while. And I've never told her that I like her. I've never had that conversation with her because I'm trying to figure out if I really like her. I'm trying to figure out how much I like her. I'm trying to figure out if I want to pursue her. I'm trying to figure out, is she compatible with me? So many Aquarius do this. We kind of stand back and we talk to the other person. We like the other person. We flirt with the other person sometimes we don't. Because in a lot of cases, women that I really like, I don't flirt with. I just talk to. I just befriend them. I'm just their friend. We talk, we laugh, we joke. And from talking to them and hearing their story and their day-to-day struggles, it helps me understand if it's worth pursuing them or if it's going to be somebody I'm going to pursue and then get to know and not really like that much. It really helps me to work slowly in that way and not to even discuss romance or dating or any of that until I'm 100% sure. So I've liked her for over a year and never said anything because I'm still not sure. I'm still not sure. So an Aquarius may do that. They may take their time. They may study you. And I mean, when you say testing, yeah, they do kind of test you because they ask you questions to see what your response is to them. Now, like I said before, all Aquarius don't do this. Just the ones that are like me, that are more self-aware, and we know that if we pursue someone arbitrarily, it might not be what we want. And I've always found out something, y'all. I've always noticed that it's easier not to get into something than it is to back out of something. You see, it's much easier to meet somebody and not go there than to go there and backtrack. People don't take it kindly when you start to get to know them, start to date them, start to like them, start to be with them, and then you're like, I don't think this is for me. People don't like that. I don't care what the reason is. Even if they agree with you, some of the times they're mad at you about it. So I've always come to find that it's easier to just stand back, peep the game, peep the scene, and then decide if I want to go forward. And it might take 6 months, 9 months, a year, 2 years. Hey, it's no rush. I'm not rushing. So I don't have to hurry up and figure this out. I can slowly take my time, text here and there, email here and there, share our lives, share pictures, see what they're like during the holidays, because some people are totally different during different times of the year. Some people during the holidays are a mess. Some people during the holidays are extremely festive. Some people get depressed around certain times of the year because of something personal that occurred to them. I know somebody who had a miscarriage, and she had the miscarriage in the fall. And the fall of every year, she is a mess. She's a mess. And this situation happened like 30 years ago. This isn't like something that happened recently, like 25, 30 years ago this happened. But because of where she is with it emotionally, every fall, she goes through a falling down and getting back up process. So some people are like that. And I need to see, and I'm not saying that I'm going to be able to perfectly figure this out from just watching, and talking to them, but at least I can get a better idea because I know how I am. And I know that I'm impulsive. I know that I'm idealistic. And I know that I like somebody the most when I first meet them. So if I give myself time to get to know them, get to know their patterns, get to know their struggles, I can see if it's real and not just me being idealistic or having rose-colored glasses on. If I hang out with them or talk with them and text them every morning for 9 months, I'm going to slowly but surely learn more and more about them. The longer you do it, the more that you'll learn. So I can finally make a decision like, yeah, I want to go forward. I want to approach. This is worth my time. This is not something I'm going to regret, So Aquarius do that. And the kind of questions that we'll ask to test you are just basic questions. We'll ask you about relationships. We'll ask you about the things that matter to us, like relationships, pet peeves. Pet peeves is a big one. Relationship issues is another one. We want to see how you would respond if that was us. So if that was me and you, how would you respond in this situation? Or I might have a pet peeve. And I'm going to see if you are going to trigger that pet peeve or if that's something that you do. So an Aquarius may be asking you questions about things that seem very unrelated, but that's really what it's about. And they may take their time with this slowly but surely and see how you respond in different situations and different scenarios. So Aquarius do that very much so. So if you find yourself in a situation and you feel like an Aquarius at your job, or an Aquarius that you like online, or an Aquarius that you like in a social club or at church or something like that, and you like, this Aquarius talk to me all the time. The Aquarius is so friendly, so nice, ask me all these, different questions, but never approaches, never asks me out, for example, never gets my number, or we have each other's number, but the conversation is just, texting back and forth, hey, how you doing? Real intense, good conversations, but it never really goes anywhere. That's because the Aquarius is still trying to figure out where this can possibly go. Another reason when this happens, and I'm going to tell you this one because a lot of Aquarius do this. If an Aquarius is in a relationship with somebody and the relationship is ending or they're ready to move on from the relationship, we will start scouting. We'll start recruiting other potentials. Some Aquarius like to move on, in that way. They'll end one relationship. They might take a little bit of time and then they move into the next one. So some Aquarius go on the hunt. I don't do this anymore, but I used to when I was younger. Some Aquarius do go on the hunt to find a replacement. Who's going to be the new management? So they might not be moving forward with you because they're still living with somebody. They're still with somebody. They're still committed to somebody, but it's not going to last. They already know it's over. And so it's like, okay, let me put some feelers out there to see who wants to be the new management. And they ask a bunch of different women or a bunch of different men or a bunch of different people, different questions. They put them feelers out there. And then when a relationship is over, then they're like, okay, well, I like this one the most. That's the one I'm going to pursue when I'm at a space where I'm open to pursuing this person. And that's what they'll do. So some people ask me, why didn't the Aquarius make a move? Why didn't they move forward? It's either because they're not certain or they're not in a position to yet. So they're setting it up for the future. So a lot of Aquarius like to, like I said before, they like to really get to know a person before they move forward. That's where I'm at this point in my life because I've been so impulsive so many different times that I'm like, okay, well, if you fall back and take your time, you got a better chance at meeting somebody you really want to keep the next time. So that's why that happens. So if you find yourself in that position, the Aquarius is just trying to figure out if they want to proceed or not. And if they do or not, you'll find out by if they proceed. If they never proceed, they decided against it, or they decided to proceed with someone else. That's why I always tell people, slow walk with the Aquarius, because you never know where this is going to go. Like the one girl was telling me that this guy is at her church. And she's like, I really like this Aquarius, and he's really attractive, and he keeps asking me questions, and he's talking to me, and we laugh and joke after church and blah blah blah, but he won't make a move. And she's really into him. She likes him. They do chit chat on text sometimes, and she's like, pushing for him to make a move, And I'm like, nah, just fall back, just fall back and let him come forward when he's ready. So she got really impatient. We had been talking about this for months. Nothing happened. She got really impatient, and she just told him, like, what's the deal? Like, what's up, And it turned him off. Her being so, he said, he didn't say this at first either. This took a while to get out of him, by the way. But basically what he said was her pushing faster than he was ready to go turned him off. So he stopped. He completely ghosted her and went about his business. And she still sees him at church and everything, but he's just polite and keeps it moving. And she said, well, what did I do wrong? And I was like, I told you to wait. He wasn't sure yet, and you started pressuring him. So he's now thinking, like he said later on, why is she pressuring me? Why is she in a rush? Why can't we just get to know each other? So he's feeling like something's wrong with you. And that's the reason why you're pushing. So that whole thing fell apart, and her feelings were really hurt about it. And of course she picked herself up, and I'm assuming she will move on, because she was talking about a different guy the last time I talked to her. So I'm assuming she'll move on. But the point was that could have worked out if she had just slowed her roll. You gotta chill with the Aquarius. Like I said yesterday, don't move too fast with an Aquarius. That's a bad idea. All right, guys, it's time for me to get going, because now I have to record the witch trials. I didn't finish this recording. I'm going to do it right now so I can upload it for my patrons. I'm putting Beautiful Creatures from 2013. It was a movie about a family of witches. I am putting this movie on trial. I watched it this morning. I took a lot of notes. So if you want to see the next video in my series, you need to come over to my Patreon page and become a patron. Underneath this video will be all the information you need to contact me. And right here will be how to become a patron on Patreon. So click the link and come check me out. All right, guys, come back soon, because I have a lot more to say. See you later.